Why do you think there's a shortage of cooks at Fort Hood in Texas? You know what my guess would be? The cooks are at the southern border cooking for the illegals at the detention centers down there.
Fort Cavazos is responding to a report that soldiers haven't received proper access to food for months. The new report suggests the post has barely been able to keep its food services due to operational deployments, missions, and serving field training and other events. According to military.com, the base has only had 2 of its 10 major dining options open every day for most of the summer, with 3 others open only during limited times. When Fox 44 News asked about the report, Fort Cavazos confirmed that only 2 Warrior restaurants were open during July, but says neither reached capacity and were well stocked. Fort Cavazos says 3 other Warrior restaurants opened this month and all have increased available services.
Now we got a guy who won't stand up and fight back, and even if he wanted to, he can't, because he can't provide basic meal services to the soldiers in Texas. And I have a theory as to why that is. Why do you think there's a shortage of cooks at Fort Hood in Texas? You know what my guess would be? The cooks are at the southern border cooking for the illegals at the detention centers down there. Because there's so many people, who knows how to cook meals for such large groups of people, this invading army, but military cooks. Just like the baby formula shortage that we had last year, the federal government bought up the baby formula to send it to the southern border, and that's why there was a shortage. But the cook shortage, see, the shortage isn't food at Fort Hood. They don't have enough people to cook it. I promise you, because when I saw the story in Fort Hood's in Texas is when it all rang a bell to me. They're using the military cooks at the southern border for the illegals, as opposed to our soldiers who are going hungry and having to drive and probably skipping meals because they're so tired. How can they drive an hour round trip when they're tired from working all day in the military? That's some tiring work, okay? So they're probably skipping meals. But the illegals are being taken care of.